Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another Premier League Watchalong. The Manchester derby we're covering this evening. First of two Watchalongs within this channel. The latter one being Everton versus Chelsea. And yeah, been a very, very eventful day in the Premier League. Obviously, Wolves losing 1-0 to Villa. Newcastle winning by Dwight Gale, of all people, scoring against his former club, West Brom, making it 2-1 to Newcastle. And yeah, in other news, of the Championship, Brownie's not going to be a happy chap. He's probably drowning his sorrows as we speak, as his team lost 2-0 in the South Wales derby. But yeah, you bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get the team out, go through the team lineups before the kickoff starts. Actually, a bit of a few surprises, if you will. We'll start with the home team first, if I can find them. There we are, Man United. And here we go. Share the screen. I'm saying surprise. It's not really a surprise, but it is in one sense because the person that's starting shouldn't be really starting. But it is what it is. Here's the team lineup. Let's just double check, make sure you guys can see it. Yes, you can. Right, we've got David De Gea in goal, Lindelof, Maguire. Then we've got Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka at the fullback roles. Fred, McTominay and Bruno Fernandes. Luke Shaw as well is playing, along with the forward line of Greenwood and Marcus Rashford. Obviously Fred as well, obviously. And then we go to Man City's side of things. Also on the bench, Man United is Henderson, Alex Telles, Bailey, Matan, Matic, Donny van der Beek, again the poor bastard, and Anthony Martial. Just getting the City lineups up onto the screen. Big news of Man City squad is that Sergio Aguero did not make the squad at all today. Here we go. But as you can see, let's get up on the screen. There you go. We've got Ederson, Cole Walker, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo. Players are coming out, by the way, Man City wise anyway. Rodrigo, Fernandinho, captain, and then De Bruyne in the sort of as he does that sort of drifting across the line behind the front of the forward three. And forward three is Mahrez, Sterling, and down the middle, Jesus. And sub bench is Stefan I'm assuming he's the backup goalkeeper, Stefan. Gundogan, Laporte, Bernardo, Torres, Mendy, and Foden. Big up, Guy. How you doing, Guy? Hope you're keeping well. Also, guys, get your score predictions in for this game. Ideally, I think it's going to be closer than what people think. Well, it has been in recent times as well. Realistically, Man City should win this easily, but it's an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing to do. When his job's on the line, Manchester derby comes along, he saves his job for that bit longer. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again because, as I said, he's done it before. In that case, I'm going to sort of slightly lean towards a 2-1 United win, just based on that basis. That's saying something. Fucking hell. Even that would be a dumb 0-0 draw. One of the two. Oh dear, phone. Oh dear, 1 second. Brendan, my brother's going for a 3-1 United win. Wants to call me a tit. Of course he does. Of course. I'm going to give my opinion. But yeah, it'll probably be either be 0-0, 2-1, or either 0-0, 2-1 United, or 3-1 United. Because also, for some bizarre reason, under Ollie, he has fucking Pep's number. Look at last season. Pretty much all bar one game. I think there's 4 games they played against each other in all comps, and he won 3 of them. I want a 4-goal blowout. Man U goes full blown Ollie out. They'll go fucking Ollie out no matter what. They could win. They could actually win 3-1 or whatever. They could actually win somewhat comfortably. And they'll still be Ollie out. Idiots. They're just about to kick off, by the way. City are kicking off to won a toss, so they're kicking off to get the first half. It's obviously they're taking knee as well. Right. So, Periscope as well. Quickly. Taking a knee now. And they'll be off. And it's kicked off. At the moment, everyone's busy, to be honest. Everyone's, either busy at work or just busy in general, so it doesn't bother me. Oh, dear. It's not hard, obviously, being an Arsenal channel and all that. It's a lot harder to get fellow Arsenal fans to join a neutral watch-along, shall we say. Obviously, it's not easy to do Arsenal, irony-wise. We consider the format we're in. Oh, share this as well. Shared, cool, terrific, and we go. There. Yes. If you need company, let me know. Yeah, no problem, I will do. Just if it's still 0-0, I'm gonna, by half time it's like dragging out. I'll take up an offer, trust me. Believe you me. Just to keep me sane. Also, guys, do not forget to obviously share the stream around on all the platforms whatever platforms you have: Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, Discord, Periscope, etc. On Instagram as well. And if you're new to the channel, do subscribe to the channel for similar. If you're into similar things like this, neutral watch-alongs, and obviously Arsenal watch-alongs as well, along with the quizzes and the reviews and previews and podcasts that I do on this channel. Do subscribe and share the channel around with everyone else. Let's aim to hit the 2,000k mark before New Year. Oh, don't forget. No, didn't have to do that. Thank you. Boom. Don't forget. Yeah. Okay, that'd be helpful. So not coming in. Oh dear. Pogba literally just lost the ball against from Jesus. Jesus tackled him with ease. Oh dear, that's been a long game for Pogba, isn't it? And see on the attack. Oh, Maguire gets his foot out there in the end. Otherwise, that's a fucking golden opportunity falling to Jesus there. Too bad, obviously. That's like a few minutes. It's been pretty so far in terms of there's no fans in, but probably might help heighten the ante sort of it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the flow are going to be a lot faster, but this is just slow. Now Fred's now got gone down holding his side. The slowest fall to the ground you could imagine. By the way, just collided with De Bruyne, and a minute later, oh no, he touched me. I must go down. It was all that sort of in stages going down to the floor as well. He weren't claiming a foul, but just the fact it's in stages as well. Just like bloody hell. Man, that actually been very sloppy clearing the ball in the first few minutes from the back. Keep giving it, passing it, giving it away straight back to Man City's midfield. Yeah, he's making a meal of it. It wasn't that bad, but it's a foul. But it wasn't that sort of, oh no, I'm going to roll on the floor for 10 minutes. Oh, my eyes. Yeah. Again, giving it Fernandez then that time, isn't it? De Bruyne, Sterling. I didn't get. A, what the hell has he done to his hair? B, what? Why can he not be? No, he won't bring it down. It's just get it under control. Gets that under control. That's a good opportunity to take it 1-0 there from Sterling. Touch of the bloody. Oh my god! Just goes to touch. It's just like boom. Okay. Oh dear. We're going to give it away for United this time. Nope. Man, that is so slow. And they go route one in the end. Rashford on his own gets 4 fucking Man City players, defenders basically. He's just like, yeah, sure, you have it. No problem for you, is it, Marcus? Oh, here we go, City. Oh, again. Pogba this time gives it away. And trying to clear it. Bloody hell. Cancelo, who's he going to pass it to? Sterling, pass it back. Rodrigo. Stones. I think Man City have got every play in the attacking half now by the goalkeeper. And Man United have gone flat back, like 2 banks of 4, and their two attackers fucking in their half as well. Everyone's in one half of the field, basically, by Ederson. That's a poor touch from Mahrez. Freddie's struggling actually from that knock with De Bruyne a couple of minutes ago. Cameron's just pounding him. He's sort of walking gingerly. He keeps holding that side of the body where he collided with. Right, there you go. Counter attack from Rashford. Him on his own, basically against Walker and Stones, and obviously Man City come out on top on that one because he had no support. Yeah. It's not. We're 9.5 minutes in, and the two teams. I know it's not been, again, I keep saying, not your normal sort of tempo to a derby, especially at Old Trafford or whatever. But the ones that look like they're up for it more is Man City. But again, they're both being very lazy and giving the ball away. The players at the standard are giving it away. It's very sloppy. Man United on the attack now. Pogba over the top to Fernandes. This is going to be 1-0. Corner. I do think it's stupid to have someone like Gary Neville as co-commentator for Manchester Derby, though, just because he can clearly be biased towards one to Man United because that's where his allegiance lies. So surely it'd make more sense to have a neutral co-commentator, so he's not that. Oh, almost a chance there. Completely fuck up. Tomley coming at the far post. Just timed it late. Yeah, as I was saying, it makes more sense to have a neutral co-commentator here on Sky in the UK. So you don't have them complaints from the rival fans saying, "Well, hang on, basically what's going on? There's a bias towards Man United." Da, 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 da. A big up sentiment in the chat. I've seen for about a week now since the last saw you. I can remember anyway. Clever dark arts by Ken De Bruyne take out the linchpin force on static Matic. He says can be biased. He just is no buts about it. But you can tell when when I say biased, not only is he biased in these. If it's a key moment where it's clear and obvious something is to go against Man United, and he'll defend it till the hill comes. Basically, like, no. The ref's got it wrong. VAR's got it wrong. But that same incident happens at the other end. Oh, yeah, that's a definite defence. Well done, ref. Da, 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 da. Right. And that's, as a neutral, that does my head into imagine. I can imagine what it could do for in this circumstance as a Man City fan. That poor just comes now on the poor on the bench. I don't understand why he's on the bench though. He's the best defender, and they've got him on the bench. Yeah, it's been a few days. Yeah. Fucking say shit, isn't he? Bloody hell. Arguably the most overhyped striker in the league at this moment in time. Because he came to Man City so young with a price tag, and he sort of was part of the Centurions and then winning the league back to back, basically. because he was part of them squad and he scored some key goals along the way. People overlook how not so good he really is compared to an Aguero type player. If Fed's signaling to come off, he's not happy. Try to walk it off, but it looks like they had to get the magic spray out. Otherwise, you've got fucking stiff as fat Matic coming on. I'm sorry, I know I'd rather keep on the pitch. That's probably watched it 3-4 times. Are you on about the Nelka documentary on Netflix? Going ever as a fan equals fan pundit. Yeah. But to be fair, I do say the same thing when Jamie Carragher is co-commentating for a fucking Liverpool game. It's the same. It's after the same literary method of madness. You may say that he should be co-commentating. Oh, maybe a pundit. Okay, pundit. Fair enough. Because you're just there, but before kickoff, half time, full time. In between all that is someone else co-commentating. But yeah, but hey, yeah, for fucking any other team in the league, they're neutral pundits and co-commentators and all that, and commentators. So why do Man United and Liverpool get different treatment? It does seem like that. I mean, BT take the piss of Arsenal, to be honest. Fucking the Open League, and every time we have an Open League game, it's fucking the main commentator then co-commentating Karen Carney. That's why one of these Watchalogs, I don't mind having the volume down for them for the Europa League games because when Arsenal playing, because it was driving me mad. I'd have to listen to over explaining things and just I don't know, just being annoying. Arsenal didn't get it. One sec. Arsenal didn't get enough time with him. Seems that's the way he lived his life. Back then, you're on about Nelka again, yeah. Well, in fact, his whole career, if you think about it, it was always a season or two, and he'd do something when then he'd have to move on to another club, and it always happened all the way to the end of his career. Because it was us from when he joined us. It started from there really. And that was that the first club. It was a club he signed him from. You think about it, because of how young he was. Came to us, did at 17, 18. 2 years of us, won the league title in his first season. Second season, we didn't defend it. He thought he was bigger and better, and thought, oh well, I want a new contract. And at the time, him and his brother, because his brothers are his agents, and they do this. They did it again. Joe Julio mentions it later on in his career that the brothers do it again. It's basically playing that old bidding war of, well, if you want to keep him signed to a new deal, we've got Real Madrid, we've got this, we've got PSG, These sort of clubs are after him, but they're offering this amount. And we got to a point where that time even back then, we were like, well, we've got to be bullied into fucking giving him a con. This is the mentality of the board back then, David Dean and all that. Like, we're going to be bullied into overspending to keep the player at our club. No one's bigger than the club, etc., etc. That old mentality. All right then, bye-bye. Do you want him? Do you want him? Yeah, okay, you can have him. Yeah, there's trouble there, as we all know. Touching on the Gerard Houllier thing, obviously when He was on loan there for that half a season. He said, "Oh, I really wanted to stay at Liverpool. They didn't want me." Gerald Houllier in the very next clip goes, "No, it was pretty much all but done. But his brothers, yet again, were playing bidding wars, telling us doing the same thing that they did with Arsenal, basically. And even they weren't having it. It was like, okay, bye bye." And I think he ended up at City for a bit, then Bolton, or was it Bolton and City? No, Man City, and this is Man City when they were like mid-table, fucking bottom half of the league, basically struggling to stay up in the Premier League and all that crap. Then he went to Bolton 2 years later. Then he hit it off there. The fucking fans loved him because of how good he did there, and then he fucked them over to come to Chelsea again for 2 seasons. Again, did well. Started doing well there. Was a bit part player because obviously Drogba, being Drogba at the time, was way ahead of him in the pecking order. But he accepted it for at the start, and then second season after that, he was like, "No, I'm out of here, bye." Because in that second season, he finished the top goal scorer in the Premier League when he was at Chelsea in that second season, and he wasn't even first choice striker at that time. And then during the summer, obviously, he was told nothing's going to change. You're still going to be second best, basically. So he was like, "Okay, I'm out of it, bye." And he ended up at West Brom. He ended up at some weird clubs in his career for the sort of caliber of player that he is. But again, because of his mentality and how he behaves on and off the pitch. I mean, he was at Real Madrid. Sterling sort of up against Sterling sort of passed that there, cutting in from the left-hand side, going through the defence, and then right that 5-6 yards out from goal, he's sort of finding a pass for someone, like Jesus or something. I'm going to look now. Instead of trying to chip it in the air to Jesus to hit it on the body or something like that, he goes for goal himself, but he holds on to it again that bit too long there. Big up Alfie and Brandon, how you doing? I think you didn't. I'm not going to touch on your game today. I just remember, just remember who you played today, what the score was on the last checked. So I'm not going to touch on that. So, but that's heightened the mood at Ipswich. First game back with fans and all that as well. Oh dear. But also that documentary, because I've watched that documentary, it first came out, one on Netflix. Pretty much it was all because it was obviously title misunderstood, but it was basically woe is me, I was hard done by. And I'm just like, no. Not at all. If it weren't you messing about and fucking things up for yourself, it was your brothers, so your agent, and you never cottoned on, it was them. I mean, if you did, did know it was them screwing you over into going to Knights of the Realm, forcing the move from Arsenal to Madrid or from Liverpool to a mediocre man's. I mean, a mediocre's been nice. A mediocre Man City and things like that. If you realise you didn't act, you showed blind loyalty to your brothers. That's your own fault then. That was sloppy from the Man City defender there. Or midfield. He's a DM. Rodrigo. So Man City have got a chance to test the goalkeeper the first time in 22 minutes. Yeah, I'd say. It was Bolton then. Yeah, I can't remember. It was all, but it was a weird club because at the time it was just weird seeing them in that Bolton for you said City. It was Bolton and City, Bolton. I went back to LC manager disrespected him, and Elka would have stayed at LC, but the manager. But they've got. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you've got Netflix. But there's a document. But in the documentary, Gerald Houllier actually comes out and says it. He wanted to keep Anelka. The club wanted Anelka, but as the agent, i.e., his brothers, playing bidding wars between Liverpool and other clubs, and Liverpool didn't want to get involved in all that politics and all that crap. So they're like, okay, bye bye. They didn't want to spend the whole summer. They wanted him in ASAP in the actual squad in the club full time. But it seemed like his brothers who are his agents or agents at the time, just wanted to play bidding wars again, like they did with Arsenal. He was at Arsenal. They did that exact same thing again when he came to Liverpool, and for that loan spell, and it backfired. To be honest, I would have kept Anelka at Arsenal, but we did. But if we did, we wouldn't have the training ground or Henri. Well, there's that as well. That's the benefit that's come for us on that as well. Obviously, it's a training ground, and then obviously Henri. There's always going to be that argument that possibly if Anelka hadn't left and all that crap with the fucking brothers hadn't come about, and he stayed long term, he could have done more. Not only achieve what Henri achieved, but maybe possibly more, because that's the sort of talent. That's the sort of talent he had as a player. And to be honest, when he looks back on his career, there was always controversy. And I think for a player of his talent and ilk, he's got to be having regrets because he could and should have achieved a hell of a lot more. Oh, Jesus skying it over the goal there, or did that take a deflection? Let's have a look. Ball in from Mahrez over the top. Yeah, I think he just hit it over. I think there's no deflection at all, was there? Nope, yeah, just toe poked it over. There's always that debate about like if Anelka had stayed and all that, what he could have achieved at the club and all that. If he could have achieved more and this, that, and the other than what Henri ever done. Because of how young he was. The potential, oh, mate, he's just the guy was an absolute one of a kind player. No one on his day, no one could go near him. Yeah. It ended how it's ended and all that. I mean, obviously, he never won a World Cup with his country because he weren't part of the. He wasn't included in the French World Cup in '98, so he missed out on that. And then, because of all the crap that was going off at club level for the rest up till 2010, he didn't get included in it. He was never included in the World Cup or Euro squad for France until the South Africa World Cup, and then he got that, and it all fucking kicked off. It weren't just him, obviously, Patrice, because the fucking French manager at the time didn't have a clue what he was doing. Free kick, it's sort of De Bruyne or Mahrez. Who's going to take this? I'll say De Bruyne will whip it in. No, Mahrez. Have a look. That's good delivery, but poor attacking from the Man City players there. Well, stop twitching. That'd be great. Oh dear. Alfie, you still there, by the way? Well, Alfie and Brendan. Oh, let's have a look. Oh. Let's have a look about this Oos. Oh, got a new one on there. Cool. What's how we're doing them over here? Oh, got dislike. Of course I have. Oh, I'd rather didn't see your message, by the way. I've just gone. Just had to go on my phone. If you're still in the chat, to prove your thing, I didn't see it. That's why. That's why you dis. That weren't you disliking it, by the way. Based on that, because wasn't ignoring that. Again, on my screen, it doesn't come up on the StreamYard setup that if I've got to approve any comments, I've got to do it on my phone. I didn't know, obviously, that was you'd put one of your comments, your only comment had been needed approving of. I do apologise. Right. But yeah, I also got a fucking dislike. Yeah. Probably a bot anyway. Again, it doesn't bother me. That's the thing, it doesn't bother me. Because at the end of the day, it benefits me because it gets me back into the algorithm of YouTube and allows me to have that another burst of new subs coming. Oh, that was too casual from Pogba, by the way. That shot. Oh dear, right, here we go. If they'll come knocking and any and every player goes running, much like now, if you're serious about a player, Cockney accent, you pay him. The Sulk was a world-class player. Shame he wasn't able to settle. He wasn't people's cup of tea. But yeah, the thing is, it wasn't just down to him as a person or whatever. Partly, but not just that. It was his brothers being his agents that fucked things up for him as well. They didn't help things either. And the thing is, when you said about when they'll come knocking, yeah, they came knocking. But from what we can, to this day, from what we can understand, he never wanted to go. He wanted to stay. But he wanted a new he obviously wanted a new contract, this, that, and the other. Assurances that obviously the club are serious about competing still, and this, that, and the other. Da, 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 da. And we wouldn't have given that, but then literally at the last second, his brothers fucking did what they got involved even more, and that they demanded more money for his weekly wage and all that. And the club, David Dean and the club weren't going to have that. And it's sort of a snowball effect. As we've been saying, it was a sort of a snowball effect of Anelka. But don't get me wrong, he was an absolute quality player at Arsenal. Can't do any left, but it is what it is. We move on. I didn't like the whole misunderstood worries me. I did nothing wrong sort of vibe I got from Anelka in that documentary on Netflix. But it is what it is. Still fucking 0-0. Half hour and it's still 0-0. I can't remember. Actually, being honest, even though I said Man City had got more threatening, this, that, and the other, but again, that tempo's been, they're giving both teams are giving a ball away a lot in this game, and it's just like, how can I word it? It's just flat, and it's. I can't remember either goalkeeper being tested in 32 minutes of this match. Like, properly tested. Big up to you. Hope you're alright, keeping well. Oh dear. Go if you're still in the chat. I might need you at second half at this rate, if you're available. Oh dear. Which agent helps any situation? How could win the league with us being cement all that season? Yeah, just not get me wrong. Yeah, I'm not. It just seemed his brothers are sort of like what's the name and leeching off him, and they wanted to get as much as they could themselves. And if it cost Nicholas, so be it. They didn't really care. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he showed a bit too. Maybe if he did realise that, maybe he showed too much loyalty towards them. Maybe he had. Maybe if he did realise that he hadn't showed that loyalty, that they weren't shown him, by the way, and doing all this to him, he would have had a better career than what he had. But it doesn't seem like he's ever realised that, because obviously when you talk about it, the only champion is because he was part of the Champions League winning Real Madrid squad when he was like 20 years old, 2021, whatever it was. And he's because they all get replicas at the time and all that as well. Anyone that wins the Champions League players get replicas. And so they're just on the ball. Oh, go on, Mahrez. So he 1-0, surely. Oh my God! How wasteful! That was poor from Mahrez in the first. Took too many touches and then allowed De Gea to sort of set himself early, and then comes forward to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne just skies it. He puts his foot, I say he put his foot through it. He swipes the limit it, and it goes flying over De Bruyne as well. Life got off there. I'm telling you, they got off lightly there. Yeah, as I was saying, obviously he got his little replica of his Champions League trophy out, and he was saying basically he always believed he'd win more Champions League trophies in his career. He never thought that'd be his only one. And maybe I think he would have, again, sort of player he was, he would have won a hell of a lot more trophies, Champions League wise as well, if the brothers weren't doing what they did, and he was able to settle at a club and not have all the shit kicking off that he had. Let me know. Yeah, will do. Sounds like any agent today. Kioval, Dr. Oaken, Donny Van de Beek agent. Really outspoken, yeah. I mean, they're outspoken. These ones, I mean, his brothers just wanted more money, basically. They just tried to get as much. It does come across, they try to get as much money for themselves as possible via the brothers, via Nicholas's own talent, basically. And they did. It seemed that his whole career it kept him going like that, and it doesn't seem like he noticed or realised, and they didn't give a shit if it fucked his career up or not the way it had. Because if you think about it, it did as we sort of agree on the player he was for his whole career, because he's a world class player for his whole career. Let's not get it wrong. No matter who he played for, like the caliber of club he played for, he was a world class player for his whole career. And he should have won more than one Champions League title, no matter where he's at. But my thing is, I think he would have done that if the brothers weren't doing what they were doing, and he was able to just settle down at a club longevity more than 2-3 years. And he wouldn't have had to go to the clubs like Bolton, your West Broms, and Man City, because anyone that knows football, Man City weren't the club they are now when Nicholas was there. Man City were that team bottom half of the table, always sort of just surviving just about staying up in the league, just having that bit more to stay up. The thing is, he showed how good he was. As I touched on earlier, he showed how really good he was as a player near the end of his career, even when he was at Chelsea. That's, like I said, that second season he was there, when he finished the Premier League top goal scorer and all that, as second fiddle to Didier Drogba, by the way. That showed how good of a player he really was. Was that the season they got to? I'm trying to think now. Was that the season they got to the Champions League final, the Moscow one? think it was. And even though I think he was on the bench for that final, wasn't he? Came off the bench for that final. Drogba got sent off. People don't really talk about that because obviously a few years later, Man City get to the final again, and he single-handedly gets Chelsea over the line pretty much. After they go 1-0 down at 85th minute, gets into 1-1, scores the winning penalty. Everyone seems to forget in that first Champions League final. Effectively, if you think about it, he did taking it before the all penalty shootout situation. He's the one that fucked it for Chelsea in that moment, that Moscow final. Because if he doesn't get sent off, John Terry doesn't have to take that penalty. Because obviously, I think because obviously with Ronaldo missing the penalty earlier on, Drogba would have took a penalty. Obviously, Whitfield one of their first 4 spots in the first place, and it would have been game over if not that 5th spot that John Terry missed. But again, the people tend to forget about those sort of things. I'm trying to think, did he miss these? I can't remember Nelka. I think it was Anelka's pen that missed that because it was sudden death when Anelka had to take it. I think. I can't remember now. I felt like not making the French team the first. Not. I'm assuming you mean the '98 World Cup. Well, first team soured him, and other players would have used it to drive them. He took no negativity. Yeah, but yeah, that's another possibility as well in terms of his national side of things. Again, he never got first in terms of the first team for his country until that South Africa World Cup. From what I can remember, apart from that small period there, he was never in the French squad at all. And then after that because of all the bullshit that went off in that World Cup between the French players and the French manager at the time, I can't remember his name now. He would never play for his country again after that, I don't think, because the French FA and all the French FA sort of backed the French manager, even though they had failed to even get out. I think they failed to get out of their group, didn't they? Because of him and certain other characters in that squad, decided to revolt against the manager at the time because he just didn't have a clue. Let's be honest, that guy did not have a clue. Picking players based on their star signs and that for letting to match like that, like what the fuck? There's not going to be any goals in this at half time. We're 41 minutes in, and it's just like it's very dull. It doesn't have that feel of a derby. That tempo, anything about it doesn't have that feel. It's weird. Yeah, the French manager, the French Football Federation. Yeah, they sort of doubled. The French manager and the Football Federation of France basically they teamed up and doubled down. They sort of closed ranks, and the likes of Patrice Evra, Anelka, and others just got frozen out, and basically they had to pray that at some point this guy would be sacked, that they sooner rather than that because of where they were in their career age wise, for them to have a chance playing for their country again. And I don't think it ever happened. It didn't happen until it was too late, and then by then obviously Deschamps comes in, and they weren't Deschamps, it was LeBlanc, weren't it? But look, like Laurent Blanc after that guy, and then he did one tournament, and then that's when Deschamps come in, and then yeah, and both managers wanted to go look towards the future of the French national team rather than look towards the experience side of things. I don't think Real Madrid ever suited Anelka. He's too big of a character. And yeah, he says yeah, Moscow as well. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was obviously Terry missed. I think was it Anelka had to take his penalty. He was one of the ones that had to go to it was a sudden death penalty taker, wasn't he? He wasn't one of the first five, if I can remember. And I think he was his sudden death pen that Van der Sar saved. That won United the European Cup. Again, he's not put in that situation. The Drogba doesn't get sent off of that. If you ask me, because in Germany, what on telly he's not taking that fifth penalty. The person that would have took that fifth penalty would have been Drogba, and Drogba isn't going to do what fucking John Terry did. Put it that way. The manager of the France Football Federation, arrogant to the end. Yeah, Abiel, Evra, Perez. I've watched his Dutch, but okay. I think you meant someone else. There's a good. Yeah. Without Evra, Nelka, Perez, and there was someone else. There's a good chunk of them. It was only him and Evra got. I think it was only him and Evra got sent home early before the French national team came home a few days later because of how poor they were. Because that manager had not a clue. As I said, picking players, starting 11s based on their star signs. Like, what successful manager does that? It's saying something when we're talking about. It's saying something about this game. It's 0-0. It's saying something. We spent more time talking about Anelka than the actual game itself. The thing is, because I like the play, because I like him as a player. And again, I never deny he was a world class player. I do want to watch that documentary again at some point. I want to get a free moment between now and Christmas, hopefully. That was piss poor. Yeah, it's it's literally seconds ago to be thoughts. Yeah, star signs. I'm not just making that up, am I? The manager did. That was it. That was his mentality, wasn't it? That was his mindset of, oh, you're born this, your star sign, you're starting, or sorry, you're on the bench, or you just got all things like that. He actually got. It was just weird. That's not true, is it? Yeah, I think it is. It is. I remember watching the that was 2000. What South Africa? That's 2010, wasn't it? 2008 Euros. That was brought up. That was mentioned in the 2008 Euro 2008 media wise over here when I was covering up the France games and all that. And it was like the build up to one France game. I think it was the first group game. And yeah, they'd done that. It'd come out. He come out and confirmed it to the French media and all that before the tournament even started. He's always picked his 11s and his match day squads based on their star signs and things like that. Like, it was like our media when they got hold of this information, they double checked it, made sure it wasn't like a lost in translation sort of thing. No, you say no. That's how I do things. I'm like, bloody hell. Have a look. I'm gonna look into it actually. Bear with me 1 second. I hope I haven't seen that. Because I can't remember the put Fox and just star sign and see what happens. What did I see? Yeah, yeah, I've got it here. Look on Wikipedia. Ramon Domenech. I'm looking it up now. Share if it comes up. I'm allowed to. The information up. Yeah, because he took over. It says here, 12th of July 2004. Dominic was the surprise choice to succeed Jacques Santinelli after Euro 2004. He even had fallen out of Mourinho in 2008 as well. Right, let's get it. Go back and get it up. It actually says in the screen of you guys. One sec. Hopefully it's big enough for you guys to see. I'll get it up. There we go. Don't know if you can see that, but basically, from Wikipedia, Raymond Manuel Albert Domenech is a retired French footballer and the former manager of the France national football team. His decision to leave out FC Barcelona's star Ludovic Giuly in favour of Franck Ribéry was subsequent to refusal. Goes into it all. What there we go. There's another article. There's the article. Domenech counting England stars. That's because the France coach has a person of astrology and sees Scorpio as a negative. It's like I'm 20 years old and I'm playing football for the first time. So basically, if you were born in the month of the Scorpio, in that month period of being a Scorpio, that's your star sign. You weren't in the squad basically. The idiot. Yeah. We'll get it done for fucking Telegraph now. Go away. Oh dear. Yeah, what bullshit. I knew it had it somewhere. Star sign sounds better than process Arteta is using. Well, I don't know. Yo, big up everyone. How is everyone? Yeah, all good. How are you doing? I hope you're keeping well. Settlement FC is saying Eva Perez, Abadal, Petit, Henri were in the team. Petit? He must be a fucking coach or something because he must be in the end of his career. And if he hadn't retired already, I thought he'd retired by then. When the team, and Anelka was the only one sent home. Yeah, considering Eva, actually, out of all of them, Eva was kicking off more than what Anelka was and causing more trouble than what Anelka was and the other players. Yet Anelka was one got sent home. Sometimes I think it's opinion, personality, and egos that clash in football more than anything. We saw that from an Arsenal perspective with Adebayor and your man fucking Adebayor and Bentner. Fucking things. Bear with me, I'll be back in just a tick. I've got to refresh and get my comments back up. And we're back again. There we go. All right, and then what's everyone's prediction for Anthony Joshua versus Pulev? I'm going for round 5 knockout by Joshua. Now Joshua's going to be heavy favoured, don't get me wrong. I think we're both thinking about doing a bet on that as well, but he's not sure what round to go for. Sentiment's going for Joshua round 8 TKOs. Big up Robin as well. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're all right. As I said, I think I said yesterday, if obviously the main event itself doesn't clash with my next watch along, and it's like an hour to a half hour after, I might, if you guys are interested, I might do a watch along for that as well. If you guys are interested for that fight, but let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you want me to do that as well. And then obviously tomorrow again, I'll let you know tomorrow if I'm doing a double watch along tomorrow, double Arsenal watch along as well. There's a rarity in itself. Sentiment saying I'm Scorpios, I'm fucks. After saying I'm Scorpios, I'm a Taurus. So May 20th for me. So I just fall in the bracket of Taurus still, even with the little shifting about of fucking star signs. Add a new star sign in this year. I still fall in the bracket, so I'm happy. Do Aries get on that shit? I think he had. I can't remember what his thing was with Aries. But it all came down to it wasn't like a consistent one-off that thing. It literally in the sense of this is my 11 based on like consistent wise, based on star signs. It was every match was changed, and that and players would only find out on the day based on their star sign basically. It was absolutely bizarre. And again, how when that came out, and they did porn, I think now, 2008. You're 2008 trying to think. Did they get knocked out the first knockout round or something like that? Because 2008 was in Spain, so their reign. They played Germany in the final. Germany played Italy. Did Germany play Italy? You know. But Spain played Italy, knocked them out on penalties, I think, 2008. Germany played, I think they played, it weren't France in the semi final. So I think it was a cup final they got. That's literally the first knockout round in Euros back then. And they were the football was poor anyway. I was trying to think now. Then fast forward to the World Cup itself, and they got knocked out. They literally got the easiest group given to them. That France squad in 2010, and they got knocked out. Even I think the last game of the group they needed to win, and they lost to South Africa 1-0 or 2-0. Something ridiculous like that, and they got knocked out. And it just kept on for the next tournament. I'm like, for the 2012 Euros. Oh dear. What's Colin's in the chat? We got Colin. What's your mindset heading into tomorrow's game? God help me. You don't want to know. As I said last night, I'm not confident at all. I actually have no faith in Arteta picking the right team. Not just 11, I mean the actual matchday squad. I think he's going to drop. I think, sadly, he's going to drop Smith Rowe completely out of the squad. Balogun's going to be out of the squad. And then he'll be on the bench for some bizarre reason because Xhaka's his go-to man suddenly after dropping him initially. And the guys like inform either Hector will be in the fucking 11 as well. Ainsley will be either out the squad or on the bench. Cedric will be on the bench. It's just, and yeah, and that, as I said, that fight, you're gonna have Willian playing instead of fucking lots of Reece Nelson or someone like that of that ilk. Again, after everything that happened last week as well, with the Partey situation, Colin, there's been rumours today that I've seen on Twitter that Partey may be in the squad tomorrow. I'm like, why? Maybe even if he's on the bench, why? You're wasting a fucking perfectly good spot. Oh dear, big up Colin. What star sign are you? ... to see if you get into the France team. Colin, do you know what we're on about? You know. If you don't, do so. I'll re-explain everything. Catch you up. Brownies just rejoined us in the chat. Just recovered in enough to put out a rant video together after Cardiff's result today. I just couldn't stop myself from swearing. I don't blame you. Now you see where we are coming from. At least you guys put a better performance in. But yeah. Thank God you guys have all joined me. Fucking dying of boredom in this game is fucking dull. Yet again, another Sky thing that fucking overhyped the fucking life out of a game to the point it's a fucking dull 0-0. I know it's 45 minutes ago, but still. Neither goalkeeper has been tested, really. You got Gary saying, Brownie, swearing and breathing, what's the difference? What time is that? What time does the actual Joshua fight actually get underway here in UK time? Does look like it's in the UK. Is that Wembley? If it's like, as I said, if it's like 10, I think now, 8 o'clock, 9-second half. If it's around any time from 9:45 onwards, I may do a watch along for that as well, guys. That's again, that's if you guys are interested in me doing something like that. Something completely off field from football, from a football channel. Leave part of January for fuck's sake. How many injuries can one man get? Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's why it's only rumours. I'm here that we're sort of hearing and seeing on Twitter, and I'm just like, why would you do that after the backlash you faced last week for fucking putting him in a squad on one leg? Why would you then go a week later after saying that week this week as well? He's going to be out even longer now. He's definitely going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Oh, I know. I put him in a matchday squad anyway the following week. Why not? I mean, Colin, what are your thoughts? If you're still there, Colin, what are your thoughts on the game tomorrow? I'm literally shitting it. To be honest, I've no. It's saying something. I've got no confidence in my team, Arsenal Football Club, putting in a performance and getting a result against Burnley at home. And I've said to quite a few people, not just on this channel, but away from the channel as well. We spoke throughout the week about this game coming up, league-wise. If we lose, I think, in my opinion, if we were to lose tomorrow, even if it's like a scrappy 1-0 win to Burnley or whatever, any sort of defeat, because it would be the 5th defeat in a row, and 5th defeat in a row, 4th in a row home-wise, I think with midweek game in mind, they board will act and he'll be gone by Monday afternoon. Monday lunchtime, he'll be gone. Again, but again, with that in mind, I still don't believe he'll pick he has the balls to drop Bellerin and put Cedric in or Ainsley in, or both in. Play Ainsley in the midfield alongside El Neni. Play Cedric at the right back or right wing back, whatever. Playing plays like Smith Rowe in the role he played the other night. Excuse me. Playing Smith Rowe in the role he played the other night against Dundalk. Put Balogun on the bench at least and have the option there, because I think he's, again, something I sort of thought of and I sort of mentioned on the group chat on Facebook. Look, I know he's played less time than what Eddie Nketiah has played so far this season. Only 40 minutes for Balogun. But if you look at his actual gameplay and what his whole game in general, he's been giving us more in the 40 minutes he's played than what Eddie or Laka or even Aubameyang's given us this season. But in terms of between him and Eddie, I think even though obviously Eddie's played a few years longer than him at this level, Balogun seems to be a bit further ahead, if that makes sense. Just based on his play in general. If Partey starts, the medical team needs to be sacked first, By the way, second half is underway. 40 seconds into the second half. Get the fact this is Ole Gunnar's four-star plan to be defensive like Jose, stink out the game, Nort's countdown, snatch and grab. Fucking something. You know about the Man United game itself. Medical team played Saka too soon after his busy international break, kept Luiz in the game and brought Partey back too soon. No negotiables. Non-negotiables, yeah. Mason, what would I say to sell a bit of merch, eh? I've got to be honest. People ask me a question. I've got to be honest. I'm not confident, to be honest. It's fucking Burnley. Burnley having a fucking piss poor season, and I can't say I'm on any level. I can say I'm even quietly confident we can nick a win. Nick a win against Burnley at home. But that's not just down to our tech. That's down to the players as well. Don't get me wrong. But as I keep saying, for any club, what's the thing they're going to do? What's the cheapest option in the moment? Oh, this 1-0. Rashford. Oh, it's gone down. Oh, penalty. There's a pen. Man United penalty. Shock horror. They're 200th in 200 days. Oh, it's got VAR. I don't know. When's it? Have a look. We'll have to check if he's offside then. Okay. That's soft. He's literally holding his leg like he's been completely booted in the. He's off. That can't be given, surely. That cannot be given. Look, no. This is what I'm saying about Gary. He's so fucking annoying, and he's. At the ball's leaving his foot, he's offside. And in any other game, any other league, if he's offside in the build-up, look at Van Dijk. Offside in the build-up. That's it. They cannot give this penalty because he's offside. In the season, Everton versus Liverpool, Van Dijk got fouled in the aftermath, but was offside. So the play, yeah, no penalty. Because Gary Neville again, he's biased. He comes flying to the surface like you wouldn't believe there, claiming, even if he's offside, that's definitely a penalty. Yeah, he's got to give it because there's contact. Fucking Van Dijk lost a leg pretty much this season. They didn't bring that. They brought it back for the offside and no penalty, and Pickford stayed on. Fucking, it does my head in, Neville. He really does do my head in. Come on, Edison. Yeah. To be honest, he has got a good penalty saving ratio as well, Edison. When he decides he wants to try at least. Oh, De Bruyne, that slips over. He was offside, it seems. Robin saying no way. Need company. I might do. Give me another 5 minutes. See if I'll send you a link. Rochester, Penchester, Fergie round. Envelope job continues. Well, it would have done if they'd given it. They didn't give it though, so clearly he didn't offer enough. Oh dear. Oof. I'm gonna put this over here. City on the attack. Again, what is Jesus doing, man? Seriously. Pass the fucking ball. You're surrounded. Does Arsenal get any envelopes? We need them. All support helps, yeah. Fucking hell. Oh dear. Oh, yeah. set it in this corner, and then if nothing comes of it, which I highly doubt, I'll get the link set up. Yeah. Of course nothing comes of it. Of course not. Don't. Oh dear. Swear to God. There we go, he light on the attack, and he slips over, of course he does. Unfortunately not. Or I got taken by Ford, Raoul and Kia. Damn you, Raoul and Kia, damn you. Did they leave any paper clips? Probably not. Probably stuck them away in his fucking shoes. Nadinho, corner's got to be a corner. VAR, corner, VAR. God, it's so fucking boring. Oh my God. I do pick them, don't I? Of course I pick the game that's going to be a 0-0 draw. For sake. And we're looking actually over on YouTube on the channel itself. So for one, cool. Fuck now, voice of does. Oh, attack. Oh, Rashford, you idiot. You bloody idiot. Could have took a touch, ball in a strong foot, then had a shot. But no. Oh, days. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, guys, I will be doing another watch along, going live on that at 10 to 8 o'clock kickoff. Everton versus Chelsea. Either BT, I think it's BT Sport. If not, go get Amazon set up basically, as in on the Xbox. In case it needs a password, crap. Find all that and put that in. But yeah, if any of you want to join me for that as well, like in the actual stream itself, let me know and I'll send you a link for that before I go live on that one. I hope that's a better game than this. Fucking hell. Neville's bias, he doesn't even hide it. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. Which for me makes no sense. Why? I know it's a Manchester derby and all that. Pundit, fair enough. We want him in the studio or whatever, alongside Roy Keane or Mikovic or whatever, fair enough. But as an actual co-commentator for a derby or any Manchester United game, you're asking for trouble because he shows it. He doesn't hide his bias towards Man United no matter what. Don't get you wrong, when things are going bad, he says it how it is. Because again, he's judging it by his own high standards from when he was playing at United. You can tell how he comments game to game that Rashford dive anyone else. They went down too easily. Dosser, Wage, Soka. Yeah, that's putting it politely. Oh dear. Saying something that the game's been that dull. There's been a few people come in and nit because it's dull, and obviously we talk about Arsenal things or Anelka, etc. They're like, "What the fuck? We're out of here!" And the numbers are literally so low over 3 platforms. That's how bad this game's been. I'm trying to take deep breathing, but it doesn't help. Oh dear. Who have you got next, Brownie, in Championship? Maybe you get a bounce back result with that one. Oh, grab a snorkel. Try that. Oh dear. Or you could watch this game, Brownie, and fall to sleep and have a nice kip. Fucking hell, man. Oh, I want to cry. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Oh, my eye. Ow. Oh, Ronnie's got the ball back. Lazy from Fed. Got 2 people watching. Oh, God. Fucking hell. That ain't good. I do apologise for being hot, but there's literally nothing to say about the game itself apart from it's fucking shit and boring. Oh, saying that. Yep, Jesus gives the ball away. Fucking heavy touch like you wouldn't believe. On his chest as well. There's nothing else I can say about this game, but it's fucking boring. Nothing's happening. Neither goalkeeper has been tested in 58 minutes of football. In a fucking in a derby in general, that's not normal. Both teams have been awful in the final third and passive as fuck. And Berserker just falls to the floor, as you do. It's that bad that Fernandinho had a shot, and even that was off fucking target. Fucking hell. I sort of fucking picked that up the South Wales derby earlier. Come home early from the gym. We used to have goals in that. So I can better standard of football. Hello. I got some company. Yay.
Yeah, right.
I can't. It's not me, is it? This has been dull, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is boring. Very boring.
Oh God, what have I done?
Yeah, this is you could have fallen asleep and done the same thing.
Yeah, could have nodded off live on air, woke up and still think it's still the first half because nothing's changed.
Yeah.
I was just saying, literally, we're now an hour into the game. It's a derby and not one shot at goal. Neither keeper's been tested.
Yeah.
Gotta
switch my stream here.
Yeah. Both teams have been extremely sloppy on the ball, and when they do attack, it's both teams are crap in the final third. Fuck it up, bloody hell. I was just seeing the subs warming up, like three Man City players and three Man United players warming up together. Let's see who do this then.
Oops, did not work.
Oh, that's overhit. That was poor. No one attacked it either.
Rashford had the best opportunity and missed terribly.
Oh yeah, massively.
Gotta put that on frame. Gotta another bad pass. Oh wait, okay. Oops, that did not work.
So, how are you feeling for tomorrow's game anyway? Dare I ask? Oh, it's gone. Oh, yeah, look like Gary's gone. It's frozen on my screen anyway. There you go. Oh, I was just saying, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's game?
You know what? It starts with the lineup, and then I'll let you know from there because it could go two. I could either be happy with the lineup, and even if we lose, at least I think we tried something, or it'll be the same old thing, and I know what's going to happen. I mean, we're playing Burnley, but with the same lineup, we we'll struggle to score. So, and we'll make a mistake, and if it's 0-0 game, we're in trouble.
Yeah. This is the thing. I think at 6:15 tomorrow evening, we're all going to be going mad because you've got fucking have Bellerin back in, Xhaka back in, Smith-Rowe, Bellingham, and then he all dropped out the squad or out the 11. All for his favourite players again. I'm just like, what was the point of Thursday and giving them a chance to prove themselves? They do it, and then you go, yet again for the sixth time this season, you're dropped. Chance? What chance in the Premier League? You don't get chances in the Premier League. We don't like scoring goals in the Premier League, don't you know?
Yeah. That I mean, it's like I said. I said last night. It's easy, right? I mean, you're looking for something. You're not getting it out from what you got, but you continue to do the same thing. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, you've lost. I mean, I personally feel like if he like at least was a little bit open because he needs to be. He can't be as stringent as he wants to be. I mean, he's doing this for the first time. Torreira he could have used, I believe, based on what I see him doing now. Guendouzi definitely. I mean, these are players that these are players that are improve your depth, right? At the least, maybe not starters, but you could use them, and that's what we need. You got to figure out how to get in the player's head. I mean, you can't all just go and buy the perfect players like the Man Cities did. I think that's that might have jaded his thought process is that it's easy. It's like no, Pep's been doing that for years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
wherever he's gone, he's always had money back behind. He's always had that financial backing, Pep, be it Barcelona or Bayern Munich. He's always had that financial backing before coming to Man City. And Man City's got it tenfold. But also maybe I'm sort of holding up hope maybe if he feels like his job's under threat because obviously if we were to lose tomorrow, that'd be our fifth league game in a row of defeats, 4 at home as well. Maybe with obviously then Wednesday in mind against Southampton, maybe the board will go, oh fuck, we can't afford to lose another one, and he could be gone by Monday morning, Monday afternoon, and they'll probably bring in Mertesacker for a couple of games unless they've got someone already lined up.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I don't.
Other than
I
that,
can't. I can't see them being that
if he doesn't
prepared.
feel, if he doesn't, yeah, that's true. If he doesn't feel that threat of thinking he could be sacked if he doesn't get a win from tomorrow's game, yeah, it's like we said. We're going to see the exact same. Then, and if we see the exact same thing we've seen for the last 5 league games, no changes, the same personnel playing, the same everything, that tells me he doesn't think he's under threat, and that's concerning.
Yeah, because it's concerning because even if he knew he was okay, then he could take chances, right? So it's
Yeah.
even doesn't even make any sense. If you know you're comfortable, then why not figure out why not figure out if you need new players? I've always been saying that. I mean, if the team's going to back you financially, well, you got to make sure that you don't have to. You may not. You may already have that player, all right?
Exactly.
If Middlesbrough Rowe, if Balogun, if at the least they're good for your squad in terms of your depth.
I mean,
Maybe they're a starter. Who knows? But it
exactly.
doesn't matter.
Everyone has gone on about this Dominic guy. This Dominic guy is obviously from Salzburg. It looks like he's going to Leipzig. He's like to talk about like he's ended well because he chose his name. It's like, well, A, it's clearly a marketing thing from Red Bull to do that in the first place. B, we've got a player of his ilk anyway. We've got Smith Rowe that could about a year or two younger that could do the exact same thing, if not better. But if you don't give him a chance, you're not going to see that. But because he's playing for a team in the Champions League,
it should be a goal.
Should be a goal as it is a goal.
That should have been a goal.
Jesus. Boy, again, man.
Wow. So who's happy with the point? Man U, or I assume Man U, right?
I think Man U will because they'll stay above them, won't they? Yeah. So they'll be happier because they'll be closer point-wise to the top 4 than City. City ideally need to win because I think if either team wins, they're back in the top 4 itself. But yeah, out of the two, if it's to finish a draw, United would be the happier, I think. Especially after what happened midweek and they got absolutely torn apart by Leipzig. And they got torn apart. I don't care. The score actually was flattened them in the end, even though they got knocked out.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to come back in that. I mean, when I saw the score at first, I was like, "All right, this game must be over." And then, just so you know, it's like
there's some dodgy moments. That penalty was never a penalty. I don't care what anyone says. That's not a penalty that they got back against Leipzig. That was not. Literally, that was it. Greenwood won it. He literally bumped into the defender and flew.
That's right, and that's why I tell you the offensive play always gets the benefit of the doubt, right? I mean, they jump in front of you, you touch them, they fall down, penalty, foul, and it's like, come on, this is football. There's going to be contact. If you don't call it, if they can ignore it in the box sometimes because it benefits, because they don't want to make that call, then let them play, man. Come on. Yeah. Once the offensive player can stick their arm out and get in front of you, then you're in trouble because there's anything you do, they're going down. That's exactly what happened with that Greenwood, right? He just stuck his arm out, made it look like he was in front, which he wasn't, and then went flying.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear. Got another 20 minutes of this as well. Plus injury time. I'm hoping the Nets actually got some goals in it. For fuck's sake, get this right. Imagine I do both Watchalongs. They're both 0-0. Oh god.
Yeah. I find it hard to. I don't think Chelsea is at the least they're going to be pretty bad on the defense, right? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a very open game actually, that game. But yeah, imagine it being 0-0. We're like, no, not again. That'd be a bad omen for us looking into tomorrow's game anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you see that? Do you have I would take back Guendouzi if Arteta had a plan of what he wanted to do with the team, but I don't think he knows because that's what he's looking for, players like that, right?
Yeah, but I think it's like I said last night. It's literally, I think it's the whole unless Guendouzi's attitude has changed in the last couple of months since he's gone to Berlin, that was the main thing. That sort of Arteta sort of like, I'm done with you, get out of my club, basically. Also, I want to sort of also touch on touching on Guendouzi there. There's reports today that Saliba has basically Arteta doesn't want nothing to do with Saliba. Basically, he wants him gone.
Yeah,
He hasn't even
yeah, I
given a
saw
chance.
that.
But
I'm
even
like,
but 2 weeks ago, he's saying, "I made a mistake. I need to sort of play him." I think, but I'm just make your fucking mind up. And why is it not being? And why is the club allowing this suddenly to happen? They spent 30 million on the player last summer, basically, in this summer, because they had to pay instalments, whatever. And they're allowing a rookie to then decide not to give him a chance in first team football at all before deciding if he's good enough or not.
I mean, like I said, I saw whatever that MK Don's game. That was all I needed to see to know that there was something in there that we can use, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, actually, all three of the center backs I saw play in that game, we could do with.
Yeah,
all three of them. They all had.
Yeah, two of them being shipped off to lesser clubs, so with all due respect, and the other one's been frozen out and put in the youth setup.
Yeah, so I mean, if they were, and then yes, I mean, Gabriel is definitely a welcome sight, but you have those three. They're going to listen to Gabriel because he seems to be the only leader out there on the back line. Luis, to some degree, probably does it, but you always see him complaining with Gabriel, and you're like, you can't complain with Gabriel. He's the one guy I feel comfortable back there.
Out of them all, yeah, fucking, that's saying something. Jesus Christ, and the newbie comes in, he's our best defender, basically, that's actually been allowed to play.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would love to, I don't think I think Terra is done, but we could use him. I don't know what is, is it the formation for us that doesn't work, or is it just the wrong position?
I don't think Arteta likes him by the looks of it.
Yeah. But I mean, for what he can do, what can Torreira do that we don't have right now? Because I think there's a lot we can't do right now. I mean, can he play in the midfield and do something there? Because we're lacking there.
I personally think he can. Getting back to the form he was showing when he first arrived, getting to that confidence level, I think he can. It's just obviously whatever happened to Unai Emery that near the end of his time there, Emery's time, the sort of confidence-wise fucked with him, and he's never sort of recovered from it. Maybe this loan spell will help him get back to that sort of form, and he can come back. But I think again under Arteta, I was saying about Guendouzi last night. I think under Arteta, neither player's got a chance of getting themselves back into the Arsenal team after this season, because he clearly doesn't seem part of his plans. I think if obviously the worst thing happened, Arteta was to be relieved of his duties in the next week or so, and then an experienced manager and then an Allegri or Pochettino or someone came in, they're quite happy to give him a chance when they came back, either getting back in January or in the summer when the next season comes, give them a chance to prove themselves. But I think Arteta's sort of like, nah, not part of my plan, so why would I give you a second chance? I mean, and wouldn't mind if you look at the El Neni situation, and even last season, Chambers, both players went out on loan. It looked like their careers at Arsenal were over completely. They had no chance. They've both come back with a point to prove. They were better players. Chambers was a better player for it as well. With that attitude of, I need to prove myself now. I've got this point to prove to save my club, my career at Arsenal. That could continue with Guendouzi and Torreira. Maybe, as I said last night, maybe this loan move was the best thing that could happen to Guendouzi. Going on loan to Hertha Berlin, maybe his attitude will change and he'll come back and be a new man, so to speak. He'll finally realise he has made mistakes. There are things he's done he shouldn't have done, and playing for a club like Arsenal, he needs to take responsibility. All the things they've been asking of him. Maybe he'll realise that, and maybe then that could be the only way he sort of saves himself with Arteta at the helm. Otherwise, I don't know.
Well, I mean that what is it? I can't think of the word now, but it just means that he doesn't have not the confidence, not the trust, but the respect. He doesn't have the respect of Arteta, and that's why there's a clash there. And Arteta doesn't have the confidence in him, probably from day one. and the two just don't work. But I mean, you got. I mean, you got to show. Sometimes you got to show the certain players that they should respect you because I mean, you see the end of the year goes. You go, you know what? I can do this. I know I got a plan. Hey there, Russ. Talk about anything but this game because you know what? This looks like an Arsenal game, except for
It does
they've
feel
got
like.
they've got five total shots, and usually that's only for us. So
Oh god.
these guys have created a worse game than we can.
Yeah,
Right?
that's saying something. That doesn't bode well for us tomorrow night. In that case, we'll have nothing on target tomorrow. Oh dear. There'll be one shot all game that we to burn it to go in. Fucking what's it? Ashley Barnes with the winner as well, or Chris Wood.
Well, everybody's looking forward to seeing Bellerin basically getting taken to the house every time they go out and attack him. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's the scary part is that can happen. It's happened, and
it's consistently happening. That's the worrying thing. Shocker! Like we didn't see that one coming.
Well, having your wing back all the way up at the in the attacking third when the other team's counterattacking, we've seen that too many times as well. So,
but with that in mind, with that in mind as well, if he's going to go along with Hector still on the right back, don't play Xhaka because Xhaka doesn't do the covering. He just literally goes piling away. There you go, sure, you go through, you run ahead. Whereas with Mohamed El Neni this season, as he's come back, he does everything he should do in that role. He tracks back and covers any holes that are left. He makes it difficult for the attack to sort of form any form of attack. I mean, them goals last week wouldn't have happened under El Neni because El Neni would have been there doing what he can to slow the game down and keep him as far away from having a proper goal or anything as possible. But no, we don't know nothing. Our chatter knows everything apparently. Yeah, I'd love to know what everyone sees. All these managers have seen it. Wenger initially saw in Xhaka, Unai Emery seen in him and gave him captain's armband, and now Arteta. I'd love to know what they've seen in him because we're not seeing it. What have they seen on the training pitch? He's not relaying it on the pitch. And if he's not doing it on the pitch and it counts, he shouldn't be playing at all. Let him get given the armband.
Well, they see somebody else screwing up, which is even worse, right? I mean, they probably thought Willock was out there and he made a mistake. I mean, that's
he'll be in 11 tomorrow. Then that seems to be the trend. If you make a mistake in the game, please you don't do too well. You're guaranteed. Suddenly, you're in the Premier League squad. Willock literally got two man of the match performances in Europa League in the early round in first couple of games. Sorry, he got dropped out the squad both times. To do that 2-3 days later, he's out the squad again for the Premier League, and I was like, "What's the guy got to do?" And he had the next game he played. It's okay. It wasn't fantastic. It was okay. Suddenly he's back in. Suddenly he's in the Premier League team, but he wasn't good enough. And then Balogun scores within seconds of coming on in his debut, gets dropped the next game. Smith Rowe, since he's come back, good performance in the Europa League, but then gets dropped completely. He's not even on the bench. And this is like, what are these guys got to do?
Yeah, I mean, they always say, you're supposed to, either you pick it while you're trending upwards or players on form, right? So pick whatever you want. I mean, the players on your starting 11 is trending downwards. That's all they've done the last 5 games, right? 1 point in 5 games, 4 games.
Sounds like that, yeah.
Not good.
There's a free kick to Man City, by the way. De Bruyne standing over the ball. Probably got to nothing. Probably hit the wall. Something stupid. Yep. Called it. Russ Morgan also saying in the chat, only a few weeks ago, City and United were down the bottom with us. Funny how a couple of wins can rocket you up the table. Yeah. Amazing.
Well, that's the thing, right? We're going to look back, depending on if it's Arteta turning the team around, or Arteta failing, somebody new coming in and like rue these points that we've missed opportunities to get. Right? I mean,
yeah,
we lose. I mean,
we did.
I don't want to think if we lose tomorrow. That would just
no. But look at this. Got to look at last season. Not the ball sort of dug the hills in under Emery. He should have, for me, he should have gone after the Leicester City 2-0 defeat at their place away from home, and literally he should have gone then. That next day, literally gone, because it literally you could see things weren't right within the club itself. But they sort of went, no, we're going to dig our heels in, and because we then drew 2-2 to Southampton and lost to Frankfurt the following 2 games, they then acted, and that concerns me. They don't act when they need to act. They leave it far too late. Then, as you said, because of that, we rue missed opportunities then, because they're then playing catch up. By the time we then hire someone, because of how they handled the Freddy situation, I keep going over it. How they handled that was absolutely disgusting.
Well, think about it. We always talk about thinking 1 and 2 plays before touches before you get the ball, and we don't see it. Right? They get the ball and then they decide what they're going to do, as opposed to, you know what, they're giving me this, I should be prepared for it. Same thing as it's the way the teams run. Right? They don't look far enough ahead to know. You know what? Is this player going to be worth our time in the future? Should we go forward with him? This player's contract has come and due. What are we going to do? We're going to keep him and let him go. We should be letting him go. But you know what? Oh, we just thought about it now. It's too late. He doesn't want to go now. Why is a player going to leave when you basically said, you know what? I can't sell you now because I don't play you. How do you sell something you've never seen? I mean, that's the other part I see, right? I mean, we got players that don't even play, and then we try to sell them, and it's like, I don't know what this play offers me. I mean, as Sam said there, when do we see the somebody trip on a banana peel in the box? Got 7 minutes on my side. I don't know how much time you have left on your side there.
Same. I'm on literally about to go into the 83rd minute.
Okay.
Any second now.
Yeah.
83 minutes now. Yay. It's almost over. 1 down. Yeah, also he says, Sam says in the chat, when is Bruno going to fall in the box for to get his pen? I mean, to be fair, Sam, Rashford tried it earlier, but it was offside. So
I like how he got kicked in the foot, but then he was holding his shin the whole time.
His shin, that's what I'm saying. Literally look at the replay, like he'd been holding like he'd been sniping his leg or something. You literally look at the replay, he's got tapped. He's like, again, it was the way he went down as well, because he didn't necessarily go down straight away. He literally went, "Oh, I've lost the ball. Now I'll go down. Oh no, help me, somebody!"
Yeah.
And I think that the fucking ref fell for it initially. I'm like, oh my god.
And that's another thing. It's the benefit of the doubt. So if you kick the ball and you clear it, and then offensive player is late, which he was, because he didn't get his foot on it, right? That usually isn't a penalty, is it? I mean, you clear the ball's gone, right?
Yeah. I mean, God forbid you defend. Oh dear, especially against United. Oh god, no! Don't be silly. Oh dear, was it the assembled in the chat saying that Gazida's done the deal for Xhaka? I'm starting to believe certain names were put in front of these managers, and they have to select who they want. Yeah, possible. Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, the way things are going. He goes on to say, for someone who found gems, his radar was off for years. Now all the scouts are gone. Yeah. Robin says, Sam, wait till the 90+ minute. You'll see what you will see like usual. Obviously, Bruno going down for his complimentary penalty. And what's the same heart, Sam? 5 more minutes. Woohoo! Plus injury time actually, so not woohoo yet. Probably another 4 minutes of that as well. God. Trust me, to fucking pick a Manchester derby, and it'd be fucking 0-0. And I said at the beginning of the stream, it was either be United will win this 2-1 or 3-1, or it's gonna be a fucking dull 0-0.
Yeah. And was it Man U Chelsea that was 0-0 as well
Yeah,
earlier
yeah.
couple
The week
weeks ago?
before we played, the week before we
Yeah.
played them.
I mean, as boring as this at least, you're
Gives
able
us
to
hope.
manage maybe a point out of it, and you know what? We'll take all the points we can get. I mean,
Mm,
I don't mind being boring if it's the plan, but that's not. We don't even. This isn't even our plan to
mm,
try to get a tie. You can't come
mm,
out the way we did against Tottenham and expect to tie the game, keep the game tied. It's just no way. So
mm.
yeah,
Yeah, Alpha and Chat's also come back and he's saying, "Come on, City, beat Man United so we can banter them." I'm hoping Man City get a late goal and win against and we win against Burnley tomorrow. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the hope, but it's the hope that kills, as they always say.
I don't even want to. I don't want to hope anymore. I just want to.
It's just,
It's
just
because
play by ear, man. This is play by
I've
ear.
been hoping for a lot of things this season, and like at least the last, 5 out of the last 6 times we played, it's been
Mm.
disappointing. I mean, we should have beaten Man U, and we should have at least maybe won 2 of the 5 games we've lost in the last,
Yeah, we sort of,
or the 4 games we've lost.
we sort
I
of
mean,
beaten we sort of beaten Leicester. We didn't take our chances, and then very lazy defending for their goal.
yeah.
Villa, we didn't even bother turning up for the Villa game.
That one
Leeds,
you can. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Leeds with 11 men. I think we would have won, but literally, Pepe gets sent off, and then we just started. No, new game plan. We have to defend, and then try and. But then again, we should have had a penalty, even with 10 men. We should have had a penalty. No matter what the law, whatever they want to wake up week by week with their rules, it was a handball. He threw himself to the floor. He moved his body. Fernandez was a shot there. Hey, first shot on target for United. Woohoo!
You didn't realize there was the box, and if you moved 2 feet and fallen over, you might have got the call, but he just took the shot. I
He's like,
mean,
he goes, oh, for fuck's sake. He's like that. Oh, for fuck's
it's
sake.
like, wait a second, I could have
He's like,
just
really?
taken
Yeah.
2 steps and got a penalty, but no, I'm gonna
Oh,
waste a
dear.
shot here. First shot. Yeah, this is an Arsenal game, except for this is
Yeah.
both teams, right?
It's
They,
both men are Arsenal. It gives us hope. In the same time, it gives us some sort of hope to
first
catch them.
shot in the 89th minute. Great. Yeah, and we got De Bruyne on one side. Uh-oh. Oh, that's some good defense there from the fridge.
Let's do something
You
right
know,
at
so you
some
see him
point.
smiling like, "Woof, that was close."
Yeah.
He just smiled a little bit like, "Damn, that almost did not work."
Yeah, I've just seen it now. That little smirk, I got away with it. It worked. Oh, dear. But again, this game shows how not just how bad Man United are, but how bad Man City have been this season, and how their levels have dropped in performance and everything. 'Cause with Pep Guardiola, Man City, we're used to seeing this, what we used to see at Arsenal, the swashbuckling, putting teams to the sword, basically, no matter what. They've been very dull this season, but it's saying something it says something well even worse at the moment. We can't we can't really counteract their shittiness with
But
our
we kind of we gave Man
no,
City, those
no,
opportunities, right? I
exactly.
mean, we gave them what 2 opportunities, and then
Mm,
we paid for it every time. Played a little solid. Oh,
mm.
and Bruno's taking shots from further and further away. That might be good for Man City. He's getting further away from the box.
Maybe he's got a bet on it. Doesn't want to score for once.
Uh,
I'm going to make it so obvious I don't want to win, but then I'm going to dive at the last second. Hi guys, penalty. Yes, Stratford in. Yes, please.
2 minutes, so it's
2 minutes, but that's how bad the game is. Even the FA are like, no, let's end this now. Come on, nothing's happening. Bloody hell! Let's see what the lineups
uh,
is for the Everton game anyway. That should be out by now. Let's have a look. Teams. Load up. That's me. One. Pickford, Michael Keane, Holgate, Mina, Godfrey, Giffy Sigurdsson, Allen, Decore, Calvert-Lewin, Carlson, and Alex Iwobi. No James, okay. Fair enough. And on the bench, Chelsea have got Edward Mendy, Reece James.
Oh, why didn't he take it the first time? Oh, offsides anyways. Oh.
You know,
How do you not call? Okay, tell me, why do you need to wait for that?
Because they've been told to, haven't they? Because of VAR and all that, they've been now told this season they have to wait for either the ball to go in the net or the ball to go dead.
It wastes like 30 seconds of the game.
I know.
I mean, they just wasted 30 seconds of the game because none of it mattered. I mean, how do you do that? You say, I'm going to take away 30 seconds of the game. That's what they just did.
Yeah. So Reece James, Kurt Zuma, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Kovac, or you pronounce his name, Kante, Timo Werner, and Olivier Giroud starting for Chelsea. Game over finally, thank you God. Oh.
Wow.
Please
yeah, if we don't win, man, we're already like 3 games behind everyone.
Effectively, yeah.
Well, 2 games behind, I guess, because wow. Yeah.
I mean, look at the league table. With that, if we were to win, if by some miracle we put off a fucking win tomorrow,
I think it would be 11th or 12th because I don't think we can go any higher than that.
Just look at the table up now once it loads up. But we're on 13 points. We can get 16 if we win. That takes us up to 13th.
Oh, 13th was even worse than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, point off Wolves, Newcastle, and Everton in respectively 12th, 11th, and 10th. And we'd be 16 would be 4 points off United and 3 points off City. That's how bad things are. We need to win, obviously, but we ain't got hard on. Until I see that lineup tomorrow, and he proved me wrong in the lineup, in the bench as well. I can't say hand on heart. I think we're going to win tomorrow. We're playing again. We're at home to Burnley, and they've been crap this season. But but we've been crap as well. Like, bloody hell! As long as it's not like this, as long as the game's not like this tomorrow, it's like 0-0. And it's dull, lethargic, and crap.
We can only move to 14th. Look at the point. Look at the goal difference. We're 5 goals behind Crystal Palace. No matter what they do tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 1-5-1 now, didn't they? Yeah.
So we can only move 1 spot.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not even like you win and you move up the table much. You're just like you're so bad. You move up 1 spot.
So unless we absolutely by some miracle decide to turn up tomorrow evening
and win 5-0 and
batter Burnley 5-6-0, we can only move up to 1 position. Yay! Let's have a party. Oh dear. Cold Assassin just joined us in the chat. Boring game. I woke up at 2:30 a.m. for nothing. Just my team, Man United, played boring against Man City. What a waste of time. Trust me, as a neutral, I was like, oh my God, I was expecting a better game than that. To be honest, it didn't feel like a derby at all from either side. Neither time really went for it. Sentiment FC says a proper Jose performance. That was just a tad. Just a tad. Oh dear. Here we go. Brown in the chat saying Sporting Cardiff is going to give me a heart problem in the near future. It hasn't already.
You gotta lower your expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, we are on our pod last night. One of the guys, Darren, is like, I just hope we don't embarrass ourselves. I mean, that's
Mm.
that's the most we can hope for right now. Because even if, say, we
Yeah.
win 1-0, that's almost an embarrassment based on where we think we should be. I mean,
Mm.
and we want to win, so
Yeah.
we need to win, and even a win, could still be embarrassing based on the way
Mm.
we've been playing. So, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh dear. Well, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. Are you out for the next one, or are you busy?
I am around. I am
Yeah.
around. I
Yeah.
can talk. I can hang out with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
I might have my football game on though while I watch this, but I'm looking forward to maybe I suspect, like I always said, that Chelsea has just too many weapons. I mean, think about it. They've got five
Attacking
or
wise, they've
six.
got too much. Yeah.
Yeah, they got like 5 or 6 players they can just bring on at any time and
Mm.
change the game. So I mean, we have 11 defensive players, right?
Mm.
So we can
Yeah.
defend at will.
Well. Well. We didn't. We were doing it until we lost 3-0 to Villa, and it all went to shit afterwards. In the league, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well, I think that comes down to, right, that Arteta went away from what he knew would work,
Mm.
and I believe he was trying to move too fast, right?
Mm.
You take what your team gives you, and you know what they give you. They're not going to give you, a game that's
Mm.
wide open where they can attack. It just hasn't been that kind of year, and that's fine. I'll take. I want boring right now because I don't
Mm.
like this. We can't, we
I'll
can't
take.
go out there and.
I'll quite happy to take a boring 1-0 win.
And not because our defense is good, just because we got too many people in the box, right? They just gonna. It's only so many people you can get the ball past. I mean,
Something that says on the bright side, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Solskjaer keeps his job for another game. True.
yeah.
United will keep dropping points. The hunt is on. Maybe. Maybe that's the key word. Maybe.
Yeah, but we keep falling further and further away from them, so that's what disappoints me. That's why I want, at least if somebody's gonna have a meltdown and we're gonna have it, I want somebody to join us. Misery likes
Yeah.
company. We can't be the only ones being terrible this year. I mean, they're in the top,
Yeah.
they're in the top half of the league, right? I mean,
Yeah. And they're complaining. That's the thing. Their own fans complain. Oh dear. If we do that, we're selfish. We're this. But United fans, oh, that's okay. Sure, why not? Oh my days. I mean, fucking Goldbridge. That's Goldbridge was saying fucking on a masterclass tonight. After that, they didn't do anything. Literally. No, to be fair, even though it was a crap game tonight, out of the two, they think the team that seemed to really want it over the 90 minutes was City. They did nothing with it. Jesus gives them nothing compared to what Aguero does. And that's
well,
the
I
one
don't
thing.
think, you know what, I kind of also don't feel like Kevin had a good game today because he.
Mm.
I mean, I think they need him to be able to push them over the line,
Over the
right? And
line, yeah. It does
I
seem
don't
like
think
that.
he can do that today. I mean, he can do that. I don't, so I think if everybody's having a bad day and he's one of them, I think they're going to struggle. I mean,
Mm.
especially with like you said, if you got Aguero out there, that what, I got somebody that can help. But
Mm.
Sterling can do it. He hasn't. Right?
Mm.
I think he's a good enough player to be able to do that. I mean, it's like to me like Pepe. Pepe can do it. We just never see it, and then we get a glimpse of it, and we're like, "Can we see it again?" And it's like, "No." No. It's,
Don't be
it's
silly.
like I saw it one time, so I know it's in there, and then like you never see it again.
Mm. So before we wrap things up, to get ourselves a 10-minute break for the next stream, something that says Arsenal are boring, but that was something else. Yeah, exactly. That's what we've done the whole stream. And then that's funny stuff. It says Pep signed that contract extension to get a good payoff. There's that as well, because his contract was up in the season, wasn't it? At the time, beforehand. Oh dear. The watch-along was the most intriguing thing about the game at Nelco and food. Yeah, exactly.
We should have put that. We should have put that on. You know, everybody watched it now, and we'll comment on it as we
what I do get a few of us together to watch along with that, but it'd be more entertaining than this.
That's so much. That's definitely entertaining than what we just saw for sure.
Oh dear. But with that, guys, we're literally going to go away for about 10, 15 minutes, get ourselves freshened up and come back for the Everton Chelsea watch along. Hopefully have a better game. Hopefully have some goals. Because I can't do 2-0. No. Doesn't bode well with me. As I said, Gary, hopefully if he's available, I'll send you the link and obviously you can join me as well. But yeah, God, I can't believe I had to sit through that. Sorry, but come on, please. But
Cool.
yeah, see you in about 20 minutes, guys. And as always,
Right, yeah, you can send me the link and then I'll join in when you're ready.
Yeah, no worries. Come on, Arsenal.